Malik.
Shame, shame, Ali Saud.
In favor of our brothers and sisters in Pakistan and speak out against the government of Pakistan for doing nothing. But at the same time, speaking out, you can help out through donations as well. So on my right hand side, the Hope Foundation is located there. We do accept donations, and the amount goes directly to the families of the Shaheed in Pakistan. Like I said before, the past 2 protests, we have been able to raise over $15,000, and that has helped over 40 families in Pakistan for the rest of the year. So don't think that your money is not helpful. It's very helpful, and it goes a very, very long way. So please, before you leave, donate anything. Fi sabilillah, qurbatan ilallah, and it goes a long way. Jazakallah. Now, next I'd like to call upon Moulana.
Karbala, Karbala. Labbaik ya Hussein. 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 Labbaik ya Hussein.
One more chant that I want to add, and this is for people all the way in the back, to the right, to the left of me, behind me, with your hands up high. If you don't call him now, you'll never call him. It's now high time that we remember the Imam of our time. He's watching us, he's listening to us, he feels the same gham and the same grief that we feel. Please, together, raise up your hands. Labbaik ya Mahdi!
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 أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى أهل البيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرض، روحي وأرواح الفداء، ولعن الله أعداءهم أجمعين. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. With due respect to Moulana Sayyid Ali Raza Rizvi, who's here, Sheikh Hussain Qasim Ali, who's here, Moulana Sayyid Hassan Mushtaba Rizvi, who's here, I'm asked to say a few words, inshallah, to all of you, so I can have my name on that list of people who did shirkat in these programs. When the news of this shahadat came about, there was immense emotion. When Quetta blast happened, we felt angry. When the Abbas town blast happened, we saw the images of that building being destroyed, we became angry. But when news came out that Shaheed Sibte Jafar was killed, it wasn't anger, it was immense grief we felt. We cried and cried and cried. Immense tributes all over YouTube, text messages all over our cell phones, emails from people that I never even knew who Sibte Jafar was. And it just goes to show us we have become a little bit tired of constantly hearing about our individuals dying for no reason. I don't understand what these people in that building and that government in Pakistan think we are. Are we not human beings to all of you? When someday, somewhere, at some place, some mother of a 5-year-old child was told that your 5-year-old child was killed for no reason. That mother who day in and day out went hungry so that kid could sleep. She went sleepless so that kid could sleep. She stood in the sun so her 5-year-old baby could sleep in the shade, and then she was told, for no reason but because he's a lover of Ali, he was killed. Does the grief and the gham of that mother be any different because she's Shia? When Sibte Jafar's wife was on that motorcycle watching her husband get gunned down, 5 bullets in one body to make sure that her husband is dead, at that moment, does the grief of a widow not be the same because she's Shia? Are we not human beings to all of you? Is there not blood in our veins? Are we taking away your rights? Are we destroying your country? Are we burning down your buildings? Are we doing anything to obviously deserve this treatment? No, we're not.
इसके पीछे वर्दी है ये जो दहशतगर्दी है 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 इसके पीछे वर्दी है लब्बैक या हुसैन 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 लब्बैक या हुसैन.
Just when I am able to get over these images of these individuals and these children wrapped in kaffans who have no business being buried at that age, just when we're able to collect our thoughts and somehow move on with our life, we hear about another news, another news, another news. And it's come to a time where our emotions are drained. We're tired. We're completely filled out of our grief. I don't know how much we can take, and I'm telling you right now, and consider this a warning to the government of Pakistan. You are poking a caged animal. And eventually that cage is going to open, that lion's going to come out, and I fear God when that day happens. Because now it's about time that the people of Pakistan, the youth of Karachi and Quetta, take up arms, come out to the streets, and start to defend themselves. We have absolute no confidence in this irrelevant, insignificant government of Pakistan.
لبيك يا حسين 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 لبيك يا حسين.
And one point I want to make about the Shahadat of Sibte Jafar. This is a tribute to him. The signs are beautiful, I'm seeing. And that is that we've heard enough about his shairi to know what his fikr was. We shed enough tears today to let the people and the family of Sibte Jafar know that he's remembered, even here in Canada. But one thing I want you to understand is the immense impact he left on people's lives. I didn't realize it myself until he left this world. I didn't realize that any alim, any jahil, anybody to do with anything remembers this man today. And it goes to show all of us, we need to leave an impact in this dunya, even after we're long gone. The Quran is very clear. In Surah Rahman, it says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's a beautiful concept, please understand this. كل من عليه فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. Everything will become fana. Everything will be gone and will perish. What will remain is the glory, the essence, the dhat of your Allah. If you want your amal, your deeds, your fikr, your mehnat and zahmat to be understood in this world, long after this world, attach it to Allah. Allah remains, your amal will remain as well.
نعرة تكبير نعرة تكبير نعرة تكبير نعرة رسالة نعرة حيدري.
It's like that piece of that drop of water that wants to remain forever in this world. You can drop it on this pavement, it dries up, evaporates, becomes irrelevant. You take that drop of water and you drop it in the ocean. The ocean remains, the drop of water remains. Sibte Jafar, his mahnat, his zahmat. Hazar salams to you, Ustad. Your poetry, your humanitarian efforts, your akhlaq, your morality, you took all of it and you dropped it in the ocean of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remains, your name will remain until ila yawm al-qiyamah, inshallah. And one last message and then masaib, and that is to the family of Sibte Jafar. Sallallahu alaihi wa Muhammad. There's no doubt that what you went through, what you're going through now, is tragic. But you and I have seen the images of his funeral. In the streets of Ancholi, I believe, if not Karachi, thousands upon thousands of people came out. It felt like it was a day of Ashura, wallah it did. And his janazah was buried and was drained and was shrouded with rose petals. And I'll say this to you, the family of Sibte Jafar, you're very lucky to be able to have so many people at the janazah of your father. Ask the heart of Imam Sajjad, who on the day of Ashura, he's asking the qafilah that before you take us towards Kufa and Sham, let me make one more round around my father. As he approaches Imam Hussein, he says to Bibi Zainab, Puppy Amma, have you ever heard of a son leaving his father on the ground of Karbala? No kafan, not even enough dirt to be placed on the body. You're very lucky. The family of Sibte Jafar, the same Hussein who when he arrived on the 2nd of Muharram inside Karbala, talking to the Bani Asad tribe, one by one he talks to the men. He says, look, there's going to be a battle here. We're going to be shaheed. If you can, bury our bodies one by one. He then put up a parda. He talked to the women of that tribe. If your men aren't able to bury us, then you collectively dig one grave and just simply place our bodies in that grave. He then went to the kids of the Bani Asad tribe. He says, if your women, if your men are not able to do so with your small masoom hands, simply pick up some khak and drop it on our bodies. Imam Hussein, you weren't even given that much respect on the plains of Karbala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Celebrating the 73rd annual National Pakistan Day. But I ask you, what are you celebrating? Your country is in shambles right now. Your country is broken on the inside. It's a war zone. Shaheed Sibte Jafar was shot in broad daylight on the fields of Liaqatabad, Karachi, Pakistan, and nothing has happened. You tell me what you're celebrating. Is there anything to celebrate? Who is going to talk to the Taliban? Who's going to talk to Lashkar-e-Jangvi? Should we even talk to them?
Shame Taliban! Shame Taliban! Shame Taliban! Shame Al-Qaeda!
The only time when you will be able to celebrate is when your citizens of Pakistan are happy. That is your job as the government, to keep them satisfied. In the meantime, you have nothing to celebrate about. Nothing to celebrate about. So please fix your problems first before you can be happy, because this problem will persist unless you do something. And until that time happens, we will come outside and we will be right beside you and in front of your consulate, screaming from the top of our lungs, Labbaik ya Hussein!
Labbaik ya Hussein!
Labbaik ya Hussein!
Labbaik ya Hussein!
Shame Zardari!
Shame Zardari!
Shame Zardari!
Shame Zardari!
Shame Shaitan Malik!
Shame Shaitan Malik!
At this time, brothers and sisters,